Yo guys, and welcome back to this new stream here on the channel, and welcome back by a good stream right now, because yeah, just a moment ago I tried to do a live stream, but then the internet connection went down here in my whole neighborhood. So yeah, I had to wait a few hours, but right now of course everything is back online, things are running up again, and of course everything is just working like it should do, like usual. So I get this promise like once time in a year or so. So yeah, problem behind us right now, and let's move on towards the next discussion points, and let's move on towards all the important things that we're going to discuss here on today's stream, because yes, we are having quite a lot of things that we have to be discussing today here. So oh, sorry, quickly setting up everything. So still some things that I am checking up real quickly on, but yeah, everything is working right now. So that's, guys, nice to see here. So yo guys, welcome back to this new stream here. Today we're going to go over the Bitcoin price section, some altcoins, because yes, we are seeing some very interesting things in the charts, and let's dive right away in towards the charts here on Bitcoin, and let's start off with going over the imminent short term. So what are we seeing right now for Bitcoin, and what could we be expecting right now on the imminent short term? So it looks to be that Bitcoin, first of all, is creating this critical level of upward sloping resistance. So you can see over here, we clearly got a lot of touches here on this 15-minute time frame. And this 15-minute time frame really got, of course, us rejected several times. And like you can see here on just 1 hour ago approximately, we once again saw a massive rejection by this zone. So it was likely to, of course, anticipate a minor correction. But what are the things that we could be right now anticipating? Of course, if I'm going to be talking about that, I want to be zooming out ever so slightly. And if you're going to look at the 1 hourly candles, first of all, you can see as well, we are right now looking as well to a valid 1 hour resistance line. So you can see over here, we got a rejection. And of course, once again, just a moment ago, we got another rejection. So we can clearly say this is an important level that we have to be breaking through as well. We could be looking for this upper sloping support line. So basically, if we're going to be looking at this chart right now here, you can see Bitcoin is creating a descending rolling wedge here, what is usually a typical bullish bias continuation pattern. And if we're going to be, of course, breaking through the top side of this resistance, we really have the free space where we could be, of course, afterwards, of course, move up from there on. So it looks particularly good here. But what are the other levels that we could be looking at right now on the 1 hour candle? So like we know, we have been running in towards some very critical resistance here on this horizontal level. So you can see rejections, several rejections, and right now we're breaking above it. So what is, of course, a thing that we could be anticipating right now here is that, let's say Bitcoin is going to go for a retracement back towards the lower side, is that this level, this green box that was, of course, previously major resistance, is going to be right now providing as support. As what we know, we create this upper sloping support line over here, and if Bitcoin is really going to create a retest and a retracement back towards this level, it doesn't necessarily have to be all too bearish. So yeah, there could be some more sell pressure getting added towards the market on the imminent short term, because we're running into some resistance, but it could be for sure have still some very positive influence on Bitcoin as well. If we're looking to this chart over here, you know, we were trading against this horizontal upward sloping resistance line. So you can see 2, 3, 4, 5 touches. And if we're right now going to see, let's say, a retracement from the point that we're right now trading on back towards this level, this is going to be your buying zone, because this is going to be, of course, a very strong retest. And of course, the green box below us and this upper sloping support line below us. And if we're going to be looking at the EMA ribbon right now on the 1 hourly candles, you can clearly see that the 1 hourly candles are looking particularly strong right now here as well. We're not creating any bullish bearish divergence right now on this 1 hourly candle. So it looks to be that this pump that we got was a very good one. And also another reason to say real quickly that this was a good pump here is that before we were moving up very significantly with this big rally towards the upside, we of course still before that went down. So you can see we were trading over here on the 10th of October on the 10 o'clock here. We were trading basically on the 56.5k here, pretty high level. But then we know that if we're pumping in the weekend, we tend to come down on the Mondays, right? So you can see over here, the date that we were opening the Monday candle, we went right away back towards the 54.4k. So we were going back towards this low, and this low over here is equaling the 9th of October open. So you can see over here, the 9th of October open, we have been trading on this level. So basically what we are right now seeing here is that we have been not creating any CME gaps. So the weekend, of course, basically, like always, tend to go sideways in the end of the day. So if it pushes up, it comes down here. If it pushes down, it comes up. And like you can see this weekend, it pushed up. So it came down, and right now, of course, we're right away starting to move up again. So If we're looking to the CME chart, we have been not creating any gaps here, and that's of course a very good thing for the market, because this will be giving Bitcoin even more room to grow right now in the immediate short term, and this could be helping Bitcoin for sure very, very well here in the coming days, and especially in this run-up that we're right now creating, because you can clearly see right now, if you're looking to the market structure on Bitcoin, on the 1 hourly candles, and let me remove the drawings for a second. On the 1 hourly candle, we are forming very good market structure, because look at the market structure that we're right now creating. Of course, this is once again no rocket science or whatsoever, but you can clearly see higher high, higher low, higher high, higher high over here, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high once again. So we are forming this higher low, higher high structure, and this market structure looks particularly bullish right now in my opinion, and this could be for sure help us very, very well in the coming days from here on. So then as well, let me move in towards the 4 hourly candles before moving on further towards different time frames, because yes guys, we have quite a lot of things to discuss right now on what we're seeing right now with Bitcoin, right? So I want to be going over quite a few things here right now. So first of all, what we can see here is that Bitcoin is of course going for this push up here, very good and very solid 4 hourly candle close. If we're going to talk about the imminent short term, what are we seeing, and do I really have to be saying that you want to be staying a little bit more cautious? What I do want to be saying here is still, yes, I do think that let's say 60k this week is for sure possible, but what I will be still saying out there is that, yeah, even though the market is increasing, still going to be raising the awareness. There can be, of course, become a potential pullback anytime soon here. The reason why I'm saying so is because, yeah, we are losing right now the valuation. We are losing the momentum right now on the 4 hourly candles while the price is actually still moving up, right? So this is, of course, a major warning shot that is fired out there to everyone, basically. But still, I will be saying to you guys out there, I still currently have a trade open. This trade is right now already $80,000 in profit. It's absolutely an insane trade here, and I'm not planning to take profits right now on my trade here, because I'm planning to take profits on my trades as soon as we're going to be crushing for the ultimate high. That, of course, if we're coming to come closer towards the 60k, of course, between the 60 and 65k, I will be starting to take more profits out of this trade. But as soon but for now on, while we are not trading against it yet here, I don't think that this is really the time to really close out my trade yet here. So I'm trying to really write this one towards an approximately 100 towards 200k profit, and I for sure think that will be for sure possible with this trading opportunity right now here on BYBIT. And of course, if you want to be signing up as well, don't forget to do so with the highest link in the description. But yeah, well, I say so, I'm not scared if we're going to get a minor pullback, because if we're going to get a minor pullback, I don't think that we're going to go back to 44k or whatsoever. Yeah, it could be maybe a potential retrace back towards the 52k before moving up, but for sure, we know it's Bitcoin, and Bitcoin can be easily as well just create its rally towards the upside, because a lot of people are anticipating a correction right now, and of course, all the people that are anticipating the correction, and I think it is good to anticipate the correction. I definitely don't think it's bad, but there's also such kind of a structure that Bitcoin, of course, a lot of people are anticipating correction, the market moves up further, and then the people are going to FOMO in because they are thinking they're going to be missing out on the train. So that is as well for sure possible right now, what we could be seeing. So yeah, if you're looking to the MACD and if you're looking to the money flow index, you can see the MACD is of course looking quite bearish as well. You can see the moving averages. The moving averages are right now forming this lower high over here. You can clearly see the moving averages are moving down, and while the moving averages of the MACD are moving down here, you can see price action increasing. So that is of course a typical bearish bias signal that you're getting here as well. If we're going to form once again a new high over here on the MACD, and we're going to form once again such a lower high structure like this, we're seeing 3 bearish divergences in a row for the MACD, and of course 3 bearish divergences in a row for the MACD could be maybe resulting in Bitcoin cooling off ever so slightly. So I'm not saying it has to cool off right now. I'm not saying that it has to cool off at all, but I am saying right now that the momentum indicators right now are showing us some weaknesses, and this is of course for sure for me a thing to raise my fingers on, and this is for sure a thing that I will be always tell my audience, because I will be always purely honest to you guys out there. So don't be shocked if we're going to get a potential retrace, because if you're looking as well to the RSI, like we just told you a moment ago, we are losing momentum over there. As well, if you look to the money flow index, you can see lower high than this high getting formed, so already bearish divergence over there. Then, of course, if we're going to confirm it from these highs over there, you can see clearly once again we're forming once again this lower high structure on the money flow index. So, yeah, to be honest, is it likely to expect a pullback? I will be saying yes. I will be for sure say yes. The reason why here is because 3 different momentum indicators right now telling us on the 4 hourly candles that Bitcoin is losing its strength right now in terms of the buying strength. But yeah, just like I told you a moment ago, it's Bitcoin. It could be for sure increased further on, and just don't stop, of course. And as well, For me, on what is going to be important right now for Bitcoin to continue trend is, of course, this potential resistance line from here on. So you can see from the top side over there, measure towards the lower side over here. It looks to be that we're forming some kind of a resistance line. You can see the Bitcoin is getting rejected from this point over here. And if we're going to look further, we got rejected over here, we got rejected over there, and another rejection from off this point. So what is going to be important for all the candle close above this level in order to continue the trend through through towards the 60,000 US dollars and this major resistance box on the top side? Because yes, of course, there is some resistance along these ways as well here, but the major resistance that Bitcoin is approaching right now is going to be this 58 towards 60,000 US dollars level, and that is really the level that I want to be seeing Bitcoin getting reached here. As well, quick note to everyone out there, because I see some people asking me right now, should I short the market? I can tell you already, my strategy is not to short Bitcoin at all. My strategy is not to short Bitcoin. I'm only going to be longing it. And of course, if we're going to get a potential retracement, guys, out there, I will be opening a new trade here. I will be opening an extra trade on Bitcoin. I will be opening another trade where I could be, of course, make even more gains with. So yeah, stay, of course, up to date on the channel. Stay, of course, make sure that you're subscribed to the channel and ring the bell notification, because yeah, if we're going to open a new trade, you can be joining me as well with that one, because yeah, we always will be sharing our details on how we are trading the market and what our strategy basically is here for the coming weeks or coming days if we're taking a swing trade. And of course, if we're going to be opening some kind of a scalp trade, I will be, of course, as well refill my strategy out there with you guys. So yeah, definitely big gains are possible, and big gains especially are right now being made with trading. I definitely think that these are the good times to be trading as well. What we can currently see is that the open interest is going up very quickly. You can see right now today we got a 16.6 billion US dollars in open interest, and of course, literally a week ago we were sitting on 12 billion. So open interest is growing massively. Well, basically as well, once again means, guys, the confidence in the market is running up. But while we are seeing the open interest already massively increased on the past 2 days here, we have been not really seeing the funding rates been spiking all too much here, to be honest. So that's pretty interesting. Of course, we're not seeing the funding rates spiking so massively right now, and that is of course relatively good thing, because as long as the funding rates are let's say a negative, or that the funding rates are not so high, I will be for sure still approach and we'll be still talking about Bitcoin, that we are having a potential good long trade opportunities, because if the funding rates are running up high, I will be for sure trying to close out my long positions, because then we could be potentially get, of course, a massive shakeout. So important to know. But yeah, we still know that right now, of course, on BYBIT we are seeing a 0.02 funding rate target. So of course the funding rates are running up a little bit higher, and this for sure giving me a signal as well to be a little bit more cautious. But like we know here, in terms of trading and funding rates, is that they could be running up even further higher. But yeah, it looks pretty interesting on the 4-hourly candles, to be honest. What I want to be talking about is really the daily candles right now on Bitcoin, because I've got quite a lot of things to discuss on the daily candles, guys. So what are we seeing right now on the daily candles for Bitcoin, and what are the things that we could be anticipating right now for, let's say, if we're going to talk about the coming days from here on. So in the meantime, before I'm going to go in towards the daily, of course, analysis on Bitcoin, don't forget to smash up the like button. It would be highly appreciated, guys. We are back. Of course, just a moment ago, we tried to stream as well, but then the internet connection went out here on the whole city where I live in. So right now it's back. So don't forget to smash up the like button. It will be highly appreciated if you're going to do so. And it's only going to take a few seconds of your time, and you will be literally mean the world to me here. So let's start off with discussing the Bitcoin daily time frame here. So first of all, we spotted this beautiful beautiful falling wedge here, but at the same time right now, of course, we broke out of it, and we are continuing our trend towards the upside. So the daily time frame is forming a higher high, higher low trend. So what is basically the best strategy what you could be doing right now in terms of Bitcoin is, of course, long every single dip we're going to get here. So let's say Bitcoin is potentially, I'm not saying what we're going to do here, but let's say Bitcoin is potentially going to see a retracement back towards, let's say, 50k around these levels over here. I think you should be longing it, because Bitcoin is in a very nice upwards momentum trend here, and Bitcoin is definitely not losing its momentum right now. It is only gaining more and more momentum. But at the same time, what are we seeing? We're right now not seeing any bearish divergence getting unfolded. Of course, it really depends on how today's candle is going to close here, because yeah, we could be creating averages slightly in higher high over here, lower high on the RSI. Not really a thing to be worried about, to be honest, about this divergence. I would be rather approaching from this high towards this high, and you can clearly see we're not forming any bearish divergence whatsoever at this current time of recording. Maybe you're questioning me right now, but Bitcoin is already in 70 on the RSI index. Has it more room to grow? In my opinion, yes, it has way more room to grow as well. If I'm going to be approaching this new resistance line from the top over here towards the low over here, we could be maybe potentially run in towards a very critical RSI resistance line that we're right now trading against. So you can see over here, let me make this red for a second, so I will be making it a little bit more clear for you guys out there, is that Bitcoin, of course, on the RSI trends are very important to identify, right? Because RSI trends are really going to tell you, okay, is Bitcoin right now gaining momentum, or if Bitcoin is Bitcoin right now losing momentum, right? Like it was, of course, on this rejections, or is it right now going to be gaining momentum? So it looks to be, of course, Bitcoin got rejected 3 times already on this level, right? So if you're getting rejected, of if you're getting significance of already 3 touches, you can tell already, and you can, of course, approach this level as a valid resistance line, right? So on the daily candles, Bitcoin is right now once again retesting this level. So what is going to be important of today's candle is that Bitcoin is going to go for a further push towards the upside, because if we're going to get another rejection from this RSI point, I will be starting to get a little bit more worried, because yeah, it's already a valid trend line because we've got more than 3 touch points, and it could be, of course, of having a very bad influence on Bitcoin if we're going to get a rejection. But at the end of the day, if we're going to be breaking through this level, and we could be, of course, close this daily candle above it, we could be see Bitcoin once again going exponential. And if you're then right now asking me, but has Bitcoin got any more room to grow here because it's already staying so high on the RSI, I will be right away say yes, because if you're looking to these spikes that we always are getting here, right? So again, these high spikes on the daily RSI, I think that Bitcoin, when we should maybe start to get worried, or when we should be maybe start to take some profits on our trades, is once Bitcoin is getting in towards this this 90 index on the RSI, and we tend to reach this 90 index on Bitcoin quite a few times a year, right? So you can see Bitcoin tends to get very overbought several times, and we always tend to be peaking out somewhere close towards the 90 RSI. And of course, if we're looking back as well in towards the chart, what this 90 RSI is really indicating, of course, is not indicating that we're going to get a local top, or that we are going to get a top at all. But you can see over here we found a local top here we found a top. Here we found a local top. So of course, these levels are likely to anticipate if we're going to see them once again. Let me remove the drawings for a second to go as well a little bit more into the miniature term. Is that once Bitcoin is going to reach somewhere in the 90 on the RSI index, that we could be maybe starting to take some profits out there. So that will be for sure as well be my strategy. And I do think as soon as we're going to be breaking this trend line towards the downside, that we could be, of course, see Bitcoin going even a little bit more overbought. And of course, if Bitcoin is really going to go back towards this 90 index on the RSI, we could be for sure see a very, very nice spike towards the upside. And let me give this a different color real quickly, because I want to be having let me make it purple. So if we're really going to go back towards this level, I will be maybe starting to take some profits out of Bitcoin. But for now on, I still do think that Bitcoin has more room to grow, and what I really want to be seeing on the miniature term is a breakthrough of this resistance line. But then as well, let me talk about some other indicators, right? So this was the RSI that we basically discussed, but what is the MACD right now telling us? So to be clear out there, the MACD right now looks that we are in a healthy trend. So first of all, the MACD told us that we were getting a trend reversal signal, because we were seeing lower lows going to create in the market, higher lows on the MACD. So that was already a thing that I anticipated, and that was also a reason why I was opening up this swing trade position, because I was anticipating a major market swing towards the upside. So that's of course clearly what we got. We got clearly this market swing towards the upside, and it doesn't necessarily look to be over right now here, but it is losing some momentum right now. Of course, this is only a good thing, because it's allowing to see the indicators cool off here, and allowing Bitcoin to, of course, regrab itself to go for a potential next leg up here before then cooling off. Because yes, Bitcoin will be cooling off at some point, but right now it's just looked like we are just grabbing our steam once again here, and then we're maybe preparing ourselves for once again such a massive rally in just a matter of a week or 2 weeks here, and then we could be maybe find a short-term top here. But right now as well, we know it's right now the 11th of October, and personally I do think that Bitcoin is going to be peaking out for this month here, because I do think that Bitcoin is going to set an high for every single month, and I do expect that Bitcoin is going to form its high for this month around the 20th of October towards the 25th of October. So if we're closing in towards the end of October, I will be starting to take some profits on my trades. If we're going to come close towards the end of October, I will be waiting for a retracement, and of course on the retracement that we're going to get because of the CME and the options that are going to close in the end of the month here, I will be opening, of course, new swing trade positions. So if you want to be joining me with the swing trade positions, don't forget to right away smash up that subscribe button on the channel, ring the bell notification, and of course sign up here with the highest link in the description to be able to trade in the market. So that looks, of course, particularly solid here. If you're looking then as well to the money flow index on Bitcoin, you can see it is looking very strong right now, because, of course, the money flow index is sitting pretty high, but that doesn't necessarily mean that we are going to be cooling off. It does show us right now that we are having a positive market flow here. We're seeing the market, of course, setting higher highs in the price action, higher highs on the money flow index. So market flow is, of course, looking very good here. There's more money flowing in towards the market, and that's, of course, a very bullish indication that we're getting. If I'm then looking towards this trend line over here, you can see that Bitcoin could be potentially run in towards some resistance if you're going to be approaching it like this. So there are several ways how you could be approaching this right now. You can see from this high towards this low over here, you can see that we already broke above the trend line. And of course, this is a minor fake that we got here. So you can see rejection, rejection, break above it, support. We could be right now continue our trend up here. So right now we're running potentially in towards a new resistance line from here on, and we could be of course find some massive rejections of this zone here. So this is going to be an important level that we have to be breaking. We have been retesting it on today's candle, and we're getting a minor rejection so far here. So we'll be keeping my eyes out on this level. If Bitcoin is going to be able to close its daily candle above this level, I do expect that Bitcoin of course could be creating some more higher prices, and Bitcoin could be maybe potentially run up even further. If we're then so we're going to look at the market right now, where I do really think that Bitcoin is going to find some resistance on. Next major resistance for the Bitcoin daily chart, like we as well discussed on the 4-hourly candles, is going to be the $58,000. If I'm going to real quickly look to the EMA ribbon, you can see it is of course curving very quickly towards the upside, and every single day the moving averages are coming closer and closer to Bitcoin. But like we know, once Bitcoin is tend to trade very far away from it, it tends to of course go exponential, and it tends to give us a signal that Bitcoin is in an exponential rally here. And for me, if I'm looking to the market right now here, does this look, if I'm zooming out here real quickly, does it look like a preparation for an exponential price surge? In my opinion, yes. This clearly looks like an exponential setup for Bitcoin. And when do the real exponential price action happens? It tends to happen, of course, in the last leg here. And of course, it tends to as well happen, of course, the latest period on Bitcoin. So the periods that we're right now trading on are probably going to be the most fastest ways Bitcoin is going to be moving up here. So personally, I'm anticipating that Bitcoin can be running up very quickly to, let's say, 70K here in just a matter of 2 months from here on, or maybe 1 month, and maybe already this month we could be reaching the 65K, touch this all-time high, set a potential new all-time high, and that will be once again really let in the FOMO. So I don't think that Bitcoin is stopped out already. I do think that Bitcoin has a lot of room to grow still. So that is looking good. I think the daily candles are looking good. Only thing that is looking a little bit more bearish, of course, are not necessarily bearish, but we are running into some critical levels of resistance. But if we're looking to all the momentum indicators right now on the daily candles, it is important and it is looking good here. But the RSI right now has to be breaking through this level to continue its trend here. But then let me start off talking, and guys, I will be going into some more altcoins. I will be going over some more different assets as well here. I will be going over Ethereum and your favorite projects in a second, so make sure to stick till the end of the stream here. We've got quite a lot of things to discuss today here, so yeah, I'm looking forward towards, of course, discussing all these things here all together with you guys out there. But make sure to stick till the end of the stream here, because we've got quite the things to discuss right now here. But what I want to be going over right now here is as well pretty interesting. So that is of course the weekly candles, because yeah, we just got a weekly candle close, right? And what is more important than of course discuss the weekly candle close as soon as you close it, of course. So we have been looking, first of all, let me remove this wrong. We have been looking to Bitcoin quite a lot here. We have been talking about the bull market support band quite a lot here. So we have been talking about this level several times here. And what have we been saying basically to you guys? We have been always saying to you guys out there, as soon as we're breaking the bull market support band, we tend to retest it. And these are the times that you want to be starting to get greedy. So over here, we retested the bull market support band. This was a bullish retest. And of course, a lot of people are saying we're not going to hold it. But I was, of course, very certain we were going to hold it, because I was, of course, very comfortable in that scenario. And the reason why I was as well very bullish that we were going to see a pump on that week is because of this Fibonacci. And you maybe think, Rover, are you just purely going to be basing your weekly charts of this Fibonacci? Yes, because this Fibonacci, as long as it's showing me the significance, I will be using it, and I will be measuring this, and I will be using this Fibonacci to determine on where I do think Bitcoin is going to be finding some massive resistance. Because what we want to be doing here, because it's very hard to call the exact top, right? So just like this Fibonacci is showing, what was showing us over here, this 59K zone was definitely a very good take profit area, and I will be approaching this Fibonacci as well to determine on which levels I'm going to take some profits at. And right now, of course, I will be just looking at this Fibonacci and see where we could be potentially find some massive rejections on. And personally, what I'm right now anticipating is that our first major rejection zone is going to be the 0.5 in this Fibonacci. The 0.5 in the Fibonacci extension, since breaking through, of course, the 0.382 here. This is the next resistance that we have to be breaking. And you can see over here, he provided us massive rejections over here, and it was not an easy level to break through here. So what you have to do, of course, is to close a weekly candle above this level. Is going to be very important for all the Bitcoin bulls out there, because if we're going to, let's say, get a correction from this zone, it doesn't necessarily have to be bearish, but we could be maybe see this a cool period getting started. So a few weeks that we are going to be once again start to move down here, and then we could be starting to move up once again here, and then we could be seeing some kind of this kind of structure, right? That the market is going to be moving up from there on, and that we maybe have to take some more time before really moving towards these higher levels. But what you want to be seeing, of course, is of course Bitcoin increasing in its value, and if it's Bitcoin is going to be closing above this weekly target over here of the 59.2k, I do expect we could be creating higher highs as well. Like we know, the highest high that Bitcoin ever closed here on the weekly candle is this high over here. So Bitcoin has never closed a weekly candle above the 59.9k here, and what you can see here, we are right now only, let me see here, we are right now only 5% away from the highest Bitcoin weekly candle close ever in history. So guys, let me know in the chat right now here, do you think that Bitcoin can be closing the highest weekly candle close ever in this weekly candle close? Is it possible that this weekly candle close for Bitcoin is going to be the all-time high in terms of weekly candle closes? Let me know right now in the chat, because we still have another 6 days, guys. We still have another 6 days to potentially push up here, and if this weekly candle is going to be able to break through this high over here, and of course crush through this major resistance blockade over here as well, we are going to form a higher high on the weekly as well, and this is of course going to be extremely bullish for all the Bitcoin holders out there, for all the Bitcoin traders out there, and this will be of course having as well very good this will be as well result in very good market structure and very good gains for my trade over there. But let me know in the chat what you guys think of it. Do you think it is possible that Bitcoin is going to form an all-time high in terms of weekly candle closes this week, so in the coming 6 days here? So I see a lot of yeses coming in here, some no's. I'm very curious. I'm very curious what you guys think here. I see a lot of yeses coming in right now in the chat here. You guys really think we could be breaking through this high, and that will be, of course, absolutely amazing that if we're going to see so. But what we know is that we at least close this 0.382 here above us. If we're really going to go for a retracement, guys, to as well clarify this up here. If we're going to go for a retracement from up this point, and let's say Bitcoin is going to move down back towards the 52,000 US dollars, this is bullish. This is bullish, and it, oh, excuse me, I touched my microphone, so probably that sounds very ugly. But guys, if we're going to go for a retest, and if we're going to go for a potential retracement towards the 52,000 US dollars, so basically the previous high on the weekly candle close, and of course the 0.382 in the Fibonacci, I will be opening a massive new long position. So if we're going to see a retrace back towards the 52,000 US dollars, and I know the chances and the probabilities are relatively low that we're going to see that target getting reached here necessarily in maybe this week. But if we're reaching it, I can tell you already, Rover will be the one that's going to be opening an extra swing trade position on Bitcoin, and we're going to be opening another major long position that where I will be trading the market even higher with, of course. So make sure that you're prepared for that if we're going to see so. I will be opening that massive position, but like we know as well here, is that it's too beautiful to be true, right? It's too beautiful to see Bitcoin retracing perfectly to the 52k here, and of course then move up. So the chances are still relatively high that we're not going to see such a retracement, because I am probably anticipating it, but I do think that there are a lot of other people right now as well want to be opening these long positions, so they want to be really seeing this retrace back towards this level. So yeah, for sure we'll be taking it, we'll be keeping my eyes wide open, but I would be not surprised if we're not going to even reach that level and of course move up further. So make sure that you're subscribed to the channel so you're not going to miss out on these targets. But yeah, these are basically the things that you should be looking at right now for Bitcoin. If I'm then going to talk, because I want to be talking a little bit further right now, but if I'm then going to talk a little bit about the Bitcoin dominance, I am seeing some very interesting things here, because you guys out there probably are holding quite a lot of these altcoins. So let me first take on the daily time frame. And what we can currently see on the daily time frame is that the Bitcoin dominance, of course, found some massive support over here, massive support over there, massive rejection, and right now we're trading against this rejection slash support zone. And what are we seeing right now? If we're zooming in towards the 4-hourly candles for the Bitcoin dominance, of course we know that Bitcoin, of course, since Bitcoin was rising, it was once again leading the way. But is this a potential double top? Because we formed a lower high, first of all, and we formed this double top scenario for the Bitcoin dominance. Is this a probability? And of course, if you're just going to be approaching it differently, and if you're going to look at the altcoin dominance, if you're just going to look at the altcoin dominance, so you have the Bitcoin dominance chart, and this is the altcoin dominance, so it's basically the opposite chart. What you can see on this chart is that we're forming, of course, because we're forming a double top over there, it's a W for this chart, because it's basically reversed. You can see we're forming a W, and we're forming it on this support box. So this support box over here, what previously is resistance and previously showed as support, is right now forming a W. So is this a real indication that the altcoins could be taking some territory in back here? It looks to be. If you want to be stepping into altcoins, no financial advice whatsoever, do your own research. But according to the Bitcoin dominance right now here, it looks to be that this exact time of recording, is a very strong time to be buying altcoins, because I personally think that the altcoin dominance could be bouncing back from off this point over here back all the way towards this orange box here, what could be having a very, very good effect on all everyone who's holding altcoins basically right now here. So looks to me that we are right now maybe forming a reversal point of this altcoin downtrend basically, because yes, altcoins has been losing quite a lot of its value against Bitcoin. But right now, if we're looking, and according to our data from the Bitcoin dominance and the altcoin dominance chart here, it looks to be that the altcoin dominance could be finding back massively, and that the altcoins could be taking territory back from Bitcoin in a very rapid pace, and we could be once again see this rally towards this orange box on the top side. And if we're then really going to see this breakthrough of this rally towards the orange box on the top side, what is going to be important here is, of course, a breakthrough valve as well of this zone. So this orange box is basically the 2013 bottom slash the 2017 top slash bottom. And this is really going to be the level that you have to be breaking. So you can see already we got rejected by this level 2 times already massively. We got a massive rejection by this range. And what is going to be quite the important right now here is that we're going to be breaking above it, find some support on it as soon as we're going to be breaking above it, and then we could be maybe aiming for this resistance line on the top side to, of course, even make more gains as altcoins. So I'm very curious on how this will be ending. I'm very curious and looking forward towards how the altcoins are going to behave itself right now in the coming hours. But you heard it first once again on this channel, because I do think that the altcoins are going to be showing a massive strength. And of course, if we're going to get, let's say, a rollover from here on, and if we're going to break below this green box here, I can tell you already, if we're going to be breaking below this green box, we are going to retrace back towards this upper sloping support line. So if we're necessarily going to see a retest, break below on this green box here on the 4-hourly candles or daily candles, expect a pullback towards either this upper sloping support line, what I do think the chances are relatively high on, because you can see previous resistance going to be retested as support, not necessarily bearish, guys. And of course, that will be your best buying case here in terms of altcoins. If we're really going to go back towards the support line, I will be the one that's going to become greedy. I will be not the one that's going to be fearful, because probably a lot of people will be starting to get fearful as soon as we're going to be reaching that point, and I will be starting to get pretty greedy. Of course, if we're failing to hold on towards it, it will be the blue box that is going to be my accumulation zone. But in general, I do think it's not necessarily a bad time to accumulate these altcoins right now here, since Bitcoin as well is flipping into bullish market structure. We tend to see that the altcoins could be for sure benefit from it as well very much here, because yeah, more and more attention coming towards the market, and of course the retail investors are all buying in towards a lot of these altcoins, and it will be having a lot of positive effect for if you're holding them as well. And I think that we're right now closing in towards these times that we could be seeing literally these 70% pumps here in just a matter of 24 hours. So make sure that you're going to be prepared for it, because as well, if we're looking to CMC right now here, we know if we're going to flip onto the 24-hour chart, you can see already a lot of 10% gains here. If we're going to look at the 7 days, you can see, yeah, Shiba, of course, but that's a coin that you should not be looking at, in my opinion. It's up to 130%, but you can see a lot of these coins like Ventum as well. It moved up all very quickly, and there will be more and more gains here along the ways here, especially if the money flows from Bitcoin into altcoins. I think, yeah, the gains could be, of course, absolutely exponential. And what you always should be doing here, of course, no financial advice once again, but what I'm always doing here is, as soon as Bitcoin pumps, I'm going to take my profits out of Bitcoin back to big caps. After big caps are pumping, I will be putting it once again back to low caps, because that's basically how the market flow and the money flow in crypto works here. So basically, what I'm trying to do here is front run the market, and that's basically my strategy here. So live trading for sure. If I will be seeing a possibility out there, guys, I will be right away clarify it up. If I see a possibility to open a live trade with you guys out there, I will be right away do it. But right now, I know already, unless we're going to get a massive correction, right, I will be not able to trade live here with you guys out there. I will be not trade live with you guys out there. If we're going to see so, I will be not able to do so if we're going to be yeah, that will be pretty unfortunate, of course. But yeah, for sure, looking forward towards it. What we could be doing here, for sure, looking forward towards it as well. If you're going to sign up with BYBIT right here, you could be signing up, and of course trade a lot of these altcoins. You could be trading Bitcoin. You could be trading quite a lot of these altcoins right now here. You can be trading Ethereum. You could be trading, of course, quite a lot of the altcoins. So make sure to sign up here with highest link in the description as well. You could be trading Algorand, and let me quickly look at Algorand, by the way, here, because I want to be keeping you guys up to date about that one. Because Algo, yeah, is definitely one of these favorite projects Then I'm looking at one of these projects that I definitely love here. And what can you see right now in Algorand? You can see that it has been proving itself to have right now provide us a massive buying opportunity. And let me quickly remove this line over here and show you the potential gain that we could be making here. So what is Algorand doing right now, guys? Quickly, I want to be giving you guys an update. And I want to be talking about a potential live trade, right? Because I will be opening a massive trade on Algorand. I can tell you already, I will be the one that's going to be opening a massive trade on Algorand. And as soon as we're going to be breaking out and confirming this breakout of the symmetrical triangle, I'm going to be opening a massive long position here on BYBIT. So if you want to be joining me with Algorand, of course, and if you want to be joining this this potential trade that we could be taking all together, of course, I will trade at your own risk. And I will be, of course, show you some things that I'm at least going to do here, and it's up to you if you're going to be deciding what you're going to do, of course. But don't forget to sign up here with the highest link in the description if you want to be trading Algorand. But what I can tell you right now here is that there's a major opportunity here with Algorand, because it looks to me that Algorand is, of course, forming this beautiful continuation pattern, because you don't see quite a lot of these continuation patterns like Algorand is right now doing so. And Algorand is as well pretty particularly low right now. It is trading on this previous all-time high, just like Ventum has been doing, just like a lot of other coins has been doing. Algorand is the coin that's going to be exploding. Algorand is going to be the coin that I want to be opening a leverage long on. This is going to be a coin that I want to be longing, because a 62% move here. I will be trading it with a 10 to 12x leverage approximately. I will be using a 10x leverage. I could be making a 620% gain here. And I will be approximately, let's take 10 of 20k I will be putting in this coin. And I could be making literally, of course, a massive gain of approximately 600%. So it's going to be a trade that I'm going to take here. This is definitely a trade that I will be taking, and Algorand is going to be providing us best opportunity. So guys, if you like this content, by the way, here, don't forget to smash the like button. Of course, smashing up that like button only going to take a few seconds of your time, and it will be literally mean the world to me here if you're going to smash up the like button right now here. And of course, once again, you heard it first on the channel, Algorand is looking to explode here. Beautiful upper sloping support line with quite a significance, and this is exactly what we wanted. Just this daily candle that we're getting today here. We told out there to you guys, what I want to be basically seeing here is getting even more significance towards the chart. And what does it mean if you want to be seeing more significance towards the chart? Is more tests on these resistance and support lines. So you can see clearly we got massive rejection from the top side, massive supportive bounces on the lower side. This is going to be a coin that's going to be exploding. This is going to be a coin that's going to be grow exponentially, and this is going to be a trade I will be taking here. So it's going to be a massive opportunity. I will be opening my trade anytime soon here. And of course, as soon as I'm going to do so, I'm looking forward towards what we could be doing here all together. It could be, of course, a massive gain that we could be making here. So I'm looking forward towards it as well, guys. It will be soon, anytime soon, I will be opening a new trading competition here on BYBIT. And that's basically very nice here, because if I'm going to be opening a trading competition on BYBIT, we could be, of course, take these trades together. And at the same time, we could be making an extra reward because of the price pool. So that's the thing that I'm looking forward towards. Small donation coming in here from Alex. And Alex, you're saying, all I'm saying here is 2 days for Litecoin to watch the news. So yeah, what is going to be happening with Litecoins? I don't know. I don't know what Litecoin is going to do here. Some news coming out maybe. We don't know. So you can see it rallied up very quickly today. It rallied up just like Bitcoin in a very massive and approximately good wave here. Of course, it's still lagging behind. It's still lagging behind massively. If you're going to look at the monthly candles for Litecoin, excuse me. If you're going to look at the monthly candles for Litecoin, this is not even the right chart, of course. Let me go to this chart. If you look to the monthly candles for Litecoin, you can see right here, yeah, we have been forming higher monthly candles over there, but we have been not breaking for the all-time high yet. Well, a lot of these altcoins have been able to do so. But what I could be looking at right now for Litecoin is a potential weekly consolidation that we're trading on. And Litecoin could be for sure create exponential gains here. What platform do you use? I use BYBIT, man. And for everyone out there, you could be finding the link to the description on the platform. It's the highest link in the description right now momentarily. So you could be finding the platform over there. It's definitely a recommended platform. I use it every single day here, basically for trading altcoins, and of course as well for spot trading and holding certain coins. Because yeah, I do use quite a lot of exchanges, but for me to keep a clear head here, I use mainly BYBIT, because yeah, you could be literally spot trade and leverage trade on this platform, so it's very nice, of course. And you can see they're adding every single week, they're adding new coins, of course. And the most popular coins are definitely over here, and it's definitely worth to check it out here. It's definitely worth to check it out. It's very nice to trade them. It's very nice to spot trade them as well over here. And yeah, it's a very valuable platform basically. So what we're seeing with Litecoin here is, in my opinion, a massive consolidation. Massive consolidation is getting found on my Litecoin, and Litecoin could be for sure goes well for this exponential rally towards the upside. And I will be for sure anticipate this exponential rally as well here on Litecoin. It could be for sure grow very quickly, but still I'm going to say it's lagging behind Bitcoin, it's lagging behind Ethereum. You can see it's losing quite a lot of valuation compared to them. If we're comparing this previous high that we got created, we're still at approximately 55% down from it. Yes, this shows that we still have a lot of room to grow. For sure, I don't think that we're going to stall off over here and go down from here. We are for sure going to increase as well in value because Bitcoin is and the cryptocurrency market is moving up. So I'm looking forward towards it, what Litecoin can be doing here. I think, yeah, you could be approaching a massive breakout. I will be not trading it because for me on, I have several times. I usually focus on a few coins here, but for me on right now, because I like this more, the daily breakout, I think it's better than a weekly breakout. Weekly breakout is good, but for trading, I do think a daily breakout is better. As well as strategy that you could be right now used for Algorand here is that you already open your position and that you set up some several orders to of course average down your entry price. Set a very tight stop loss here, but you could be already open your position in my opinion, and this could be of course an extreme breakout. And I do think that we could be setting a new all-time high here in, let's say, the coming 2 weeks here from here on. I do think it's definitely possible, and especially because we were just looking at the altcoin dominance right now potentially from this double bottom. This could be of course show us right now that the altcoins are absolutely ready for massive exponential gains here. If we're right now on the right side, if we're right now going to be approaching it in the right way, we could be making some massive gains, and we could be of course benefit the most way from it. So right now I discussed a few things here. And I want to be going over Ethereum. Because what is Ethereum doing right now? It is even falling off further on. And like you can see, we failed to hold on towards this level. But this was the level that we looked at. This was the level that Ethereum compared to Bitcoin was trading at quite a while ago. You can see over here the last time we traded around this range was the 1st of August. Since then we moved up very quickly against Bitcoin, but right now we're all the way back down here. And what are the important things that we're right now seeing on Ethereum? Because how I always approach Ethereum is it going to be outperforming Bitcoin? And what I will be currently saying here is that Ethereum has to be bouncing off this level. Ethereum has to be bouncing here in order to continue its trend and in order to hold a little bit of more momentum here for the coming days. So what is right now important, what are we right now seeing basically for Ethereum? So what I'm right now looking at is this chart. For everyone who's not familiar yet, you can see it on the top left side of the chart here. You can see Ethereum / Bitcoin. So basically this is the value that Ethereum is worth against Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin is increasing and Ethereum isn't, the chart goes down. If Ethereum is outperforming Bitcoin, the chart goes up here. So important chart to look at, and for all the Ethereum holders out there, this is the best chart to look at if you're going to be measuring or if you're going to be making up your mind to say, let's say, okay, I'm going to buy Ethereum right now, or oh no, wait, I'm going to be buying Bitcoin. So important chart, and as well, this is important for the momentum in general for all the altcoins. So if you're first of all going to zoom out here, you can see what does it look like. What does it look like? And let me put it on the tree there for a second. What does this look like? This looks like massive consolidation, right? This looks like massive consolidation. And I will be putting these lines back here because those are important to talk about. But you can see massive consolidation after a run up here. And this is, of course, consolidation of a symmetrical triangle. So what are the things that we could be anticipating? We could be anticipating a massive continuation towards the upside because a symmetrical triangle is basically a continuation pattern. And I will be for sure still say so. It is likely to see a continuation for Ethereum towards the upside. So I will be for sure still anticipate this as well. I do think that Ethereum is going to be running up very quickly. And if I'm looking right now to the imminent short term, you can see here, previous resistance, flipped into support, and once again, we're getting our 4th retest. So definitely think the chances of a bounce are relatively high from this range here as well. This level is coming together with the green box there. This green box is, of course, previous resistance, previous support, support and resistance over there. Support, resistance, and right now it's getting retested once again here. Coming together with our upward sloping support line, chances are relatively high that we're going to see a push up back towards this red box of resistance, because this red box on the top side is once again a resistance target like you can see over here. And that's going to be as well an important level to break through. So we're trading on key support, we're trading, oh, I redraw approximately, we're trading on key support or key resistance, and this is going to be an important level that we still have to be breaking through, that we still have to be holding, of course. So, looks particularly good here. Top side, still going to say it's not my most favorite resistance line because we're only seeing 2 touch points, but this could be for sure in the future provided some resistance along the way down once again. And this is, of course, a consolidation pattern that's looking good here because it's a symmetrical triangle, and in the end of the day, it's going to be breaking out towards the upside. I can tell you already, and that's also one of these reasons why I am not standing still with Ethereum. I will be accumulating and I will be buying more and more and more along the way down, especially because Ethereum is right now losing value against Bitcoin. I will be buying more because this looks like, of course, beautiful consolidation. But once again, let me see real quickly what we're then having in this chart. So we can see it corrected very quickly. It moved up very quickly as well. So what are we having right now for the Ethereum price action? And let me zoom in ever so slightly towards the 1 hourly candles. So what you can first of all see here is a resist line that we broke here. So this resist line broke here. You can see resistance, 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 4 touch points, clear level of resistance. We broke above it, retested it as support. So that's looking like a very good market structure on the immediate short term as well. We were potentially looking at an ascending broadening wedge here. And if you're going to be measuring the price action of an ascending broadening wedge here, you're going to be measuring it from this high towards this high, and you're going to be putting it from the lower side of the ascending broadening wedge towards the top side over here. And that's of course going to be signifying that Ethereum is still going to go for a measured move of an approximately 4%, aka $144. So that's of course looking particularly good here. If I'm going to zoom out ever so slightly, we could be maybe look at a critical level of upper sloping support line that we did broke over there, and we saw mine a fake out. But yeah, 1 hourly candles basically already broke critical levels of resistance. But yeah, as you can clearly see right now in the 4 hourly candles, it does look like we are running in towards some more critical levels of resistance, and it does look like we are having a little bit of a harder time right now compared to the 1 hourly candles. So what you can see clearly, that's the Fibonacci, is that Ethereum was running into critical resistance. So you can see it was forming this downward sloping resistance line over here. It was forming critical rejections, and it was forming massive amounts of rejections, of course. So you can see over here resistance, resistance, resistance getting found. And right now in the past 4 hourly candle close, we broke above it. So that's of course in general very bullish market structure, and in general it looks very good here. But what for me on right now is going to be important here is that Ethereum as well is going to close its 4 hourly candle above the highs over here, because what we are right now still seeing here is lower high, lower high, lower high, and not clearly in higher high yet here. So we are still in the lower high trajectory here on the 4 hourly trend. So what you want to be seeing on this 4 hourly close, that is going to be closing in 1 hour and 30 minutes, of course, is a higher high than the previous highs, at least these highs. I at least want to be taking out these highs, and of course the best case scenario is going to be breaking out through the top side of resistance. You can clearly see we got massive rejections by this zone, so the imminent short term is going to be important to close some 4 hourly candles above this level. If we're going to be able to do so, we're going to just crush through, and we're just going to continue our trend towards the upside, in my opinion. And this is of course important to be breaking right now here, and you can see on the 1 hourly candles we're maybe forming the beginning of an uptrend, because we have been forming this lower high, lower high, lower high, higher high right now. So yeah, I'm not necessarily saying that we are pushing up right now in the imminent short term, but we are looking like we are of course confirming a different trend here, because we were forming is of course clearly lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, and right now we're forming a new structure, a new market structure, and that could be of course relatively bullish for the Ethereum price action right now in the imminent short term. It could be really help us to push up ever so slightly from here on. If I'm going to look at the daily candles, you can see a very nice recovery over here got found. We know as well that we're right now looking at a very critical level of daily resistance on the top side. So yeah, it's not only the 4 hourly candles that have to be breaking through, it's as well a struggle on the daily candles for Ethereum. And this is really a struggle because Ethereum has been not able to break through this level for quite a while right now. We have been not already breaking through this level for an approximately 6 days. And while Bitcoin today is of course breaking through its critical resistance, like you can see over here, Ethereum is still lagging behind. But I tell you already, Ethereum is going to take some territory back anytime soon here, as soon as the market cools off ever so slightly. Still 18% away from its all-time high here. Bitcoin right now approximately 14% away. So yeah, Bitcoin is doing a little bit stronger, but still think that Ethereum is going to be bouncing back in the end of the day more stronger basically as well. If we're looking to the scenario of the cup and handle, what will be of course one of my main scenarios that I'm looking at right now here, is that Ethereum is still ready to be absolutely blasting off here. Still think this is going to be a game of patience. It's going to be a game of time. But in the end of the day, we're going to reach a price target on the top side. It's just going to be a matter of time till we're going to be seeing this increasement further on. And of course, the major job for Ethereum to be breaking through, of course, is going to be this red box of resistance here on the top side. And of course, if we're going to be breaking through this level, we're going to continue further on here. So I see a lot of requests right now coming in the chat here. I see a lot of questions for VeChain and Chainlink, so I will be moving in towards them in a second here. Give me just a moment. But yeah, it does look particularly good here right now for Ethereum. So guys, in the meantime, want to be quickly asking you guys for a favor. I see that we're watching with more than 800 of you guys out there. Don't forget to smash up the like button right now. Of course, smashing up the like button only going to take a few seconds over time, and you will be literally meaningful to me here. So don't forget to do so right now here. It's highly appreciated. And if you did smash up the like button, let me know in the chat, because yeah, you're an absolute legend here. You're an absolute legend. So real quickly, let me talk about Chainlink before going into some different projects for you guys out there. We'll be trying to discuss the most amount of requests that you guys are going to drop me, and yeah, just so make sure to drop your requests here. I take a look at the chat quite a lot, but of course I will be right now start off with discussing the Chainlink predictions, of course. So what have we been talking about on Chainlink? So we know that this green box of support, bravest resistance, and of course we have been looking at this level while we were trading just 3 days ago. So we were trading around this range approximately over here, and I told you guys, what are we going to do? This green box is going to be accumulation. This is accumulation. Top side is distribution. This is distribution on the top side. Lower side is accumulation. We have been talking about this level several times here. You can see we once again did clearly touch this level on the top side. This is distribution. This is accumulation. So yeah, we did clearly touch it, and of course after that we went up right away afterwards, so it was looking particularly solid. So yeah, what are we seeing right now for Chainlink? Chainlink is in the sideways action period. In order to continue our trend through here, we have to be just breaking through the distribution zone here. Looks like a lot of people are distributing their coins here on the top side. Yeah, you want to be seeing a breakthrough of this level, and with enough volume, of course, in order to crush through it, and of course in order to continue its trend here. But as long right now, it could be for sure break. As long for now, right now, it looks to be that we're still holding on towards this green box on the lower side, and it could be continuing its trend towards the upside further on from here on. So that looks, of course, particularly solid in my opinion. What are we seeing right now, if we're zooming in towards the daily candles? It looks like that we're still, of course, in our consolidation continuation pattern. Of course, Chainlink is creating a massive pattern, just like Altcoins is right now doing here. But I mean, Chainlink is even more massive. You can see rejection on the top side. Lower side is providing support. Right now consolidating in the middle. So what I want to be seeing, of course, is maybe another rejection from top side, another touch on the lower side, and then start to move up again. But I will be saying the chances are relatively high that we're going to see a breakout through the top side. And as soon as we're breaking this downtrend here on the higher sides, I do think the prices could be once again run up exponentially for Chainlink. And Chainlink could be, of course, once again, make some very good moves here in the market. So for me on right now, it looks to be that we're just consolidating. We're consolidating in the middle of a major pattern. We're consolidating in the middle of a support and resistance zone, basically. Just give it some time. Just give it some time. Patience is key right now for Chainlink, and I do think that in the end of the day, so let me see how much days we still got in this pattern. Another 21 days here, but just give it another 3 weeks here, and most likely we will be choosing a direction to either the upside or the downside. Of course, lower side is going to be bearish, top side is going to be bullish. And of course, if we're breaking above this level, don't think that's going to be game on and we're going to go straight up in a line here. There's still a lot of resistance that we have to be clearing. Like you can see, this level over here, major resistance that we have to be clearing. And I don't think it's going to be an easy task, but for sure, we could be yeah, break through this level and continue our trend here. So yeah, let me look into VeChain real quickly. Because VeChain has been going sideways. VeChain has been, of course, breaking through this critical resistance zone that we have been looking at in terms of horizontal support and resistance, and you can see it fell to hold on towards this line, and it fell below it. But what are we seeing right now here? What we are at least seeing over here is that we are forming a higher low structure, clearly. So this is, of course, particularly good market structure as well, and higher high structures as well getting formed. So higher highs, higher lows getting formed looks particularly good. But what are we seeing here? Because still, in terms of this high over here, we have been not breaking through this high. So of course, if you're going to look at these highs, you can still clearly see we're forming a lower high as well. I was willing to see the breakthrough of this level, and as soon while we were breaking through this level, for sure, I was maybe anticipating this level was going to be holding up a little bit better. But like you can see, it felt to already hold on towards this line. And right now, once again, it's breaking below it, and it's trying to, of course, retest it once again right now. So pretty important to see, of course, because this was an important level in my books to look at for VeChain. But what we could be maybe right now look at as well, a descending broadening wedge here. So descending broadening wedge, we have been looking towards them quite a lot today, is of course a channel like this here. But the only lack of significance we are right now seeing here is, excuse me, from the top side of resistance. So I don't really approach this level as a very valid resistance because we're seeing 2 touch points, but for sure it could be in the future provided some more resistance. I mean, yeah, VeChain right now it's just consolidating on the imminent short term. It's pretty unfortunate that we were not able to hold on towards this level over here because this was a previous major resistance zone, and right now we're getting rejected once again by this level. That's of course unfortunate to see if you're looking to the daily candles. We know that VeChain is as well as just one of these coins that is having massive consolidation. Still, I am extremely bullish on VeChain. I do think that VeChain is one of these coins that could be still lead the way massively here in terms of the altcoins and in terms of the altcoin gains here. You can see top side resistance, resistance, resistance. And this is going to be important for if we're going to be able to break through this level. So yeah, we still have to be waiting. We still have to give the market a little bit more time here. Patience is key, guys. Like you guys know out there, patience is key. And of course, as soon as we're going to be able to break through the top side of resistance on VeChain, we are already going to be in for, of course, more exponential price growth. But from now on, it is still looking like we're getting a major resistance and major rejections by the zone that we're right now trading in. Of course, what we are seeing right now, it's already a breakthrough of this green box here on the lower side. So previous resistance, previous support. Right now, once again, support is getting found on the lower side. So that's, of course, looking very strong here. In terms of the daily resistance, you can clearly see we have been breaking through it. And we are right now still retesting it as support. So you can see this was a major resistance zone, major resistance over there. Broke above it. Retested that support several times. Right now, once again, a retracement tested the support. So is it necessarily looking so bearish? No, I don't think that VeChain is looking bearish. Just give the market some more time to develop and just give the market some more time to maybe create a new leg or a new potential pattern that we could be trading here. So yeah, if you're looking maybe potentially towards the 1 hourly candles, let me quickly see this. The 1 hourly candles, of course, looks to be maybe creating some kind of a parallel channel over here, and of course this parallel channel looks to be already broken, and right now is getting retested on this 1 hourly candle. This 1 hourly candle is going to close to 21 minutes, and you don't want to be seeing holding this level. But in my real opinion here on VeChain right now, it's just give it some more time here. So let me quickly see, because I see we're getting another support of the nation coming in towards the chat here. So quickly looking at Bitcoin, of course. Here. So wait, let me take the 15-minute chart up once again. So let me quickly read your donation. Give me a second. So yeah, quickly looking at Bitcoin, what it is doing as well in the immediate short term. It's just going sideways ever so slightly. But you're saying, hey, bro, I watch your channel daily. Love your work. Can you please check variety for continuation or retracement? Been in since 1 cent. So Andrew, thanks so much for your support of the nation. And let me check variety. I think yeah, I already thought so. I thought it was moving up very quickly. And you can see, yeah, it clearly did move up very quickly. You were in since 1 cent. You're already made an approximately 6.2x. You're doing a very solid job here, because if you bought the 1 cent range, you bought the lower side over here, or you bought before on this ready towards the upside over here. So, my man, you're doing a particularly good job over here, in my opinion. And this looks, of course, very solid, because what we can see, continuation, you're asking for continuation if I could be spawning it, or potentially for a retracement. And I will be giving you guys my honest views out there. So first of all, previous resistance. This is bullish. You can see we retested it as support over there. If we're going to roll over, this is going to be your buying zone. This is basically going to be your buying zone in terms of variety. What we're seeing right now on the momentum indicators are going to be very important information if we're going to be talking about these important things. So what you can clearly see here is that over here we created bears divergence. This result in a pullback, right? So what we're seeing right now from in terms of the latest high here, so the high that we got created over there, we're not forming a bears divergence. So we are overextended for sure, true, but we're not forming a bears divergence right now here. So a thing that we'll be saying here is that, of course, as soon as we're going to come and creep in towards the 90, towards 95 on the RSI index, yeah, you could be maybe start to think, okay, this coin is getting a little bit too overextended. I will be staying away from it. But for now on, still looking particularly good here in my opinion. Not of course it is getting pretty overextended, so yeah, it could be for sure pulling off anytime soon here, but not a major warning shot is fired right now here in terms of a bearish or bullish divergence. What you could be maybe aiming for is from this high over here towards the high over there. We were trading in some kind of a parallel channel towards the upside. You can see as well, you broke through this resistance line. Excuse me, you broke through this resistance line, and this is of course also a good thing. You can see first got rejected by it, and right now of course we're finding support on it as well. So this looks as well like a major support that you're trading above right now. So in general, it does look very particularly good here, and for me it's very hard to say where it is right now exactly going to stop out here, because if I'm going to set up in the Fibonacci from swing low, swing high here, I will be looking at this Fibonacci to determine on where the market could be potentially find some rejections on. So if I'm going to set up this Fibonacci, and if I'm going to really give you my honest views on where I should be taking massive profits on, is first of all, the one is of course the 100% increase from the trend. This is going to be, of course, a good time to take profits, in my opinion. This is, of course, the 0.067 cents here. That's, of course, a very nice target to take minor profits out. And, of course, where to take massive profits, it's going to be the 1.618 here. This will be approximately 10 cents. Of course, there will be psychological resistance, but as well, it's going to be providing some major rejections most likely here as well, as soon as we're going to increase towards that level here. So yeah, keep your eyes on it. I do think it has more room to grow here. How much, I don't know exactly, because it's getting pretty overextended already, but like we know, these coins can go even further overextended. And for me, on these two levels are going to be just take profit zones. Of course, take out maybe your initial on the 0.067, and I think take out all around the 1.618 here. I do think that's a good take profit target, in my opinion. At least that will be my strategy if I will be looking at this coin, especially if I bought around the 1 cent here. Looks to be a good time to take some profits here. So you can see as well there, level provided several times, very much significant support getting found over there. Rejection, break above it, support getting flipped in towards it. Then we get a rejection by this level, then we break above it, and we're finding support. So I do think that there's definitely more probabilities and chance that we're going to run up further from here on, and that we could be maybe see a breakthrough of the one level here on this index. So looks particularly good right now. Looks very strong here. And definitely think we could be, of course, move further on from this point of view. So yeah, guys, unfortunately, I have to be going out right now here, because still I got some things planned here for Bitcoin, guys. I will be, of course, trying to keep you guys up to date if we're going to see another significant move here. There could be, of course, a potential scenario random playing out here on the 50-minute time frame. But to be honest, what I currently just see a moment ago is that we're forming maybe a potential head and shoulders over here. You can see left shoulder, head getting formed over here, right shoulder getting formed, and this could be, of course, having a bad influence on the market right now here, if this is, of course, for sure going to be playing out here. So keep your eyes out on this one. Maybe we're going to see a potential head and shoulders. If we're going to be breaking this horizontal level, basically, this red box over here, it's going to be quite bearish. You can see previous resistance right now flipping into support. And, of course, if we're going to fail to hold on towards this level, we could be maybe see another potential move towards the downside of an approximately a few dollars, of course. A move back towards the 55.8k, $600 move towards the downside. So keep your eyes out on this level, because it could be for sure playing out right now here. Left shoulder, head getting formed, right shoulder. So keep your eyes on this move right now. But guys, I have to be wrapping up the stream right here. If we're seeing something interesting playing out in the market, I will be the first one to react towards it, and I will be right away drop a stream, drop a video or whatsoever, but at least I will be keeping you guys up to date about new market developments. So don't forget to miss out on that one. So make sure that you're going to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell notification, especially on this channel, so you are going to be, of course, able to receive all these notifications as soon as something happens in the market. As well, guys, if you haven't already, follow me on Twitter @RoverCRC, second highest link in the description. You will be as well stay up to date about a lot of market developments and about a lot of interesting facts and, of course, market updates. And, of course, if I'm seeing something interesting in the chart and I can't share it right away with YouTube, Twitter is the first platform where I will be showing it. As well, don't forget to sign up here with BYBIT if you want to be, of course, join us with these future trades and if in the coming days, in the coming weeks from here on, because yeah, opportunities are going to run up high here. Highest link in the description is getting found here. But guys, with that out of the way, of course, thank you so much once again for watching to this amazing new stream here. I will be back as soon as possible, of course, if something happens here in the market. But guys, thanks so much for watching once again, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out. Goodbye.